Good morning, everyone. Well, today we're going to be doing one of our long walks. We have not done one of our signature 1 hour plus walks in a while. So I picked 2nd Avenue in Manhattan. Well, right now we are on the Chrystie, I think this is the Chrystie Street extension. We haven't hit 2nd Avenue yet, but this will turn into 2nd Avenue. And we're going to pretty much take 2nd Avenue, I don't know, we'll see how far we walk. I'll check the time. And that's how we're going to do this. So yeah, I know I threw it in the title, but if I didn't say it, we are in Manhattan, New York City. If you notice, there's a lot of dirty snow on the ground. That is because it did snow recently. We got about 3 inches of snow. A wood chipper across the street. A tree's life is ending right now. You guys are witnessing, well, you're at least hearing the end of a tree's life right now. Pretty graphic stuff. So we're still in the name streets down here. We're just crossing Stanton. Eventually we'll be going through the number grid. And we are in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. And we'll be pretty much on the east side of Manhattan for the duration of the walk. Now I was looking through my channel. I was like, when was the last time I did my normal 1 hour walk? And it's been a while, so I figured we'd do it today. It's actually a nice day out. I mean, it is cold. It is 35. Right now there isn't any wind, but it is supposed to pick up later on. East Houston Street. There you go, guys. This is what I was telling you about. You know, we've been doing some of the walks in the lower Manhattan area. We're doing them on the weekends. But this is what East Houston Street looks like on a weekday. On a Monday, to be exact. You can see how busy it is. This will probably be one of the longer lights we have to wait for. Of course, we're going to have to cross other streets like 34th Street, 42nd Street. We are officially on 2nd Avenue right now. I would like to get over here, wait for more traffic. All right, here we go. We're moving. Second Avenue, and we are hitting East 1st Street. This is the 1st street. 1st Street, 1st number street. That's what I was trying to think for a second there. I was like, what am I saying? The sounds of help going somewhere. You're gonna hear a lot of New York City traffic along this route. 2nd Avenue is a pretty busy road. Traveling in the south direction, we are moving north. So you see these cars on my right side are heading south. And this is the fastest I've walked on camera in a while. This is my normal speed. We'll just stay on this side. That's going to be probably the theme here, is just stay on this side of the street. This is the west side of the street. Yeah, I was reading an article recently. I can't remember exactly who put it out or like when. I think it was like a week ago, but I found it to be kind of funny because it was more confusing than it was supposed to be, but it was an article about how to tell what direction you're facing or going in New York City, because they have all these tips and tricks, you know, which way this street's going, what numbers on this side of the block, blah blah blah. But I'm like, that's actually more confusing. So what I usually tell people is just know where your sun is. You know, the sun rises in the east, sets in the west, and you should never see the sun north.
Okay, go.
If you see the sun, in the northern sky, you know. But so you got something going on over here. But anyway, I was saying, you know, the sun's on my back right now, so I know I'm heading north. Well, I shouldn't say that. I could be heading west, but time of day is a big factor. That's really all you need. in New York City. Then the other things obviously are your landmarks. You know, if you're looking north, you're always going to see the Chrysler building on your right side and the Empire State Building on your left side. And then obviously reverse looking south if you're up north. So there's a little different tricks, but very hard to get lost in New York City though. It really is basically just a block, like a rectangle. This is the speaking of blocks, this is the Block Drug store on the corner of East 6th Street. I will turn the camera at times to give you guys a look at some of the places people eat and drink down here. It's actually very nice. Wow, this is a mess over here. Oh my God. I don't know what's going on over here. This right here is St. Mark's. We gotta do a walk up St. Mark's. I used to go to St. Mark's a lot. Got a lot of cool places you can buy things on St. Mark's. Used to be a really cool record store that used to be on this block. Long time meat market. It's been around a long time. Burger Head. I wonder if this is new and supposed to open or it closed down, and I really can't tell. I wanted to get past those three walkers. I was behind them for a little while, and you know what happened? As soon as I got past them, you know what they did? They crossed over to the other side. So all that for nothing, just trying to get in front of them. walking into a little bit of a crosswind. You might hear the wind from time to time. I am not using the wireless mic today. I knew I was going to be walking a little faster than I normally do, and what happens sometimes with the wireless mic is it moves around and you get a clicking noise, and got the M15 to the South Ferry. It's a big bus with the accordion partition in the middle. So another old establishment, this Village Theater, Village East. It looks like they got Rocky Horror 215. I wonder what kind of like movies. I guess they're like indie movies or something. I gotta watch myself. I can't see the street here. I'm actually gonna take this. Oh, it turned green. Look at that. By the way, in case anybody's keeping track, we are about to hit East 13th Street. So. Alright, I guess we'll take a little break here. That is a very tight lane of traffic because of the bike lanes they put. There's pretty much bike lanes running up a lot of streets. If you see like this one right here, see the green. There goes your time and temperature on the bus partition here, the bus shelter. 10:48 a.m., 33 degrees. What did I say it was earlier? I said it was like 35. I went by AccuWeather, so I'll trust AccuWeather. If AccuWeather says it's 35, it's 35. It doesn't feel like 33, I'll tell you that. By the way, this is East 14th Street that we just passed. Look in the park here. Stuyvesant Square Park. Stuyvesant Square Park. Yeah, it's been a while since I did a walk on 2nd Avenue. 2 years. That was the last time I was down here. June of 2023, I believe. So today is Monday. Don't ask me what date it is. The date is, I put it in the title, but it's the day after the Super Bowl. So congratulations to all you Philly people. Man, the Chiefs got dismantled. I mean, the game was over. The game was over by halftime. You look at the score and you think it might have been close at some point in the game, but it never was close. I think once the third quarter started and the score went up, it was like at one point everyone thought it was going to be a shutout. So the points that KC put up on the board was, was at the end. I'm pretty sure Philly was just relaxing. We are cutting through the Lower East Side of Manhattan. These scaffolding have been here for a long time. So the skies have a lot of clouds in them. So at times the sun goes in, comes out.
Whatever, I think they sent some to you and you said yes.
I was saying earlier, we did have snow. We got about 3 inches. So that's what you're seeing on the curbs and around the trees from all the shoveling and the plowing. And then we're supposed to get some more snow tomorrow. It's only about maybe a couple of inches of snow tomorrow. All of the snow that we've gotten all winter has been these they've started out where they were supposed to give us a lot of snow and then they just drop like an inch or two. I mean, there are places in, it's crazy to say this, but there are places in Florida and Louisiana that have gotten more snow than New York City this year. Absolutely nuts. I don't think our total snowfall for the year has even hit a foot yet. So, but there's places in Florida and Louisiana that got up to 14 inches in that freak snowstorm a couple of weeks ago. Oh, falling snow. There you go. See that? You gotta be careful. That's why I don't walk by the buildings. And they even got signs. Sometimes they put signs out that say falling snow. The other thing you gotta watch out for is when you get down. Well, we're pretty much in the area where all the buildings are getting taller, but when you get down to like midtown, sometimes they'll close down the sidewalks. There's been times when the fire department has had to close down a whole city block because there's ice falling off the top of the skyscrapers. About 10 years ago, a girl got hit by a block of ice that came off of one of those buildings. And she had a pretty bad concussion. I literally almost stepped on a bird just now, on a pigeon. Alright, we are crossing East 24th Street, so we are in the 20s. Over the years on 2nd Avenue, I've had a couple of spots where I've had lunch regularly when I was working in the area. So we will see if the places that I'm talking about are still there, but I know Rocky's Pizza should still be around. Rocky's Pizza, I believe, is around 33rd Street. And they have some really good pizza in that place over the years. One of my favorite slices is they have like a Caesar pizza. And then the other place that I used to go to was an Asian takeout. So I want to see if that's still around. I'm crossing through a lot of these lights that go red because the walk light goes red, but the traffic light stays green for a while. Another scaffolding. If you've been on my channel long enough, you know that I hate scaffolding. Every time I'm walking under a scaffolding, it feels like I'm a rat. Which I guess is fitting because we're in New York City, right? All right, we are crossing 29th Street, so this is it. We can say goodbye to the 20s. This is where the movie theater is. You'll start to see Irish pubs down here. You have some places to eat. Across from me on my right side is the movie theater I was telling you about. It's AMC. That big complex over there. So we're getting a soda delivery here. Lena's Italian Kitchen. This is a place you could pick up some pizza. It looks like Rocky's is still around. I think I see the sign all the way from down here. Yeah, big delivery over here. Look at this. Looks like they're clearing out the FedEx truck. For the this is for the walker delivery guys. They walk around the streets with that hand truck. That all started about 20 years ago when the city started cracking down on, you know, having trucks idling on streets. So what happened, obviously, is they had to keep delivering the packages. So they have, if you come into New York City, you'll always see like UPS and FedEx people walking around with like a hand truck, like one of those flatbed hand trucks. That's the only way they really could get around now. Here we go, 33rd Street, and that sign that I was telling you about that I saw all the way back a few blocks, that's that yellow circle with the blue background. That is Rocky's. It's two boxing gloves hanging down. That's what's on the logo, but this is the pizza place I was telling you about. Very good place to get pizza. I'm very confident in telling you that. I know a lot of people are very picky with their pizza, but it's a very good place. Alright, we got to get across 34th Street. So we're making good distance, good time. Next month, I turn 51 years old. And I'm always waiting for when I slow down. And I have not slowed down yet. I am known for being able to cover large swaths of distance in a short period of time. I move faster than a 20-year-old, man. I'll tell you that. Looks like we got some construction equipment going on. There's a, I call that the H building. It looks like, actually it looks more like a K. Yeah, I'll give you guys another look of that building. I'm gonna center my camera here for a second. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Now I'll move it up a bit, and now we're good. Got a lot of these cars coming out of the tunnel on my left side. The wall that you see on my left side is basically, we're like an overpass going over the tunnel exit. This right here is 38th Street. You see a long line of traffic coming through. Oh, this looks like a mess over here. This construction zone. So we're gonna have to go through it. Yeah, so here is another rat race tunnel right here. All right, we've made it to 40th Street. We're looking at the timer here. What is this? 42 minutes? So we got another 18 minutes of walking to go before I stop. We'll see where we end up. We're definitely going to be in the 50s, that's for sure. We might make it walking past the Bonchon Chicken I used to go to for lunch down here, if it's still around. But right here up ahead of us is 42nd Street, and on the corner here, this building is the TV studios for WPIX in New York. That's channel 11. Unless they moved. It looks like they moved. Never mind. I take that back. Oh no, it's still, the sign's still up there. There goes the Chrysler building up above. You can see the Vanderbilt Tower over there behind it. One of the newest buildings in the area. Here goes the United Nations, right in front of us. That big, greenish-looking building. One of the United Nations buildings, the main building. This area right here that we're in, I'll tell you, is total chaos when the president comes in town. When they have the UN General Assembly, is bad. It's really bad. There are times where you can't come out of your building. They will tell people to stay in the building because I close down the streets. When the motorcade's got to go through. You'll see a lot of Secret Service down here. So this is where my Italian takeout would have been. I guess it's gone. A lot of places closed down during the pandemic. And I never really got to do a full walkthrough and see what places stayed open, but like we just walked by right now, I can tell you that my favorite little takeout place is long gone. It's a big, big, tall monolith. I've been walking downhill for the last few blocks. It's like a nice downhill slope. Yeah, you gotta picture Manhattan a couple of 100 years ago, 300 years ago. It was just an island with a bunch of rolling hills and a lot of woods. I'd love to build a time machine and just stand right here, and that's where I would, from this spot, I would go back in time and see where I end up. So I've been watching the clock here, and I tried to time it correctly, but we're hitting 49th Street on the 50th minute. I wanted to hit 50th Street on the 50th minute, but we'll be about a minute late. But this is 49th Street right here. For all you new people to the channel, you get to see how fast a 51-year-old walks. A 51-year-old New Yorker. I don't know how many miles we covered. I'm walking at about 3.5 miles an hour pace, so that's pretty much what we'll cover by the time we finish this. We are on 50th Street. On the 51st minute of the walk. Let's see if Bonchon is still here. A lot of good bars on this stretch right here, this block. Morning Star, Horny Ram. Why do I feel that this is where Bonchon would have been? Maybe it's on the next block. My memory does not serve me right at the moment. Yeah, call me crazy, but I think that Bonchon is gone. Well, they opened one in my neighborhood, though, in Bensonhurst, so, you know. I haven't, you know what's crazy? I haven't tried it yet. I have not tried the Bonchon that's next door to where the old Lenny's Pizza used to be. we're about to hit 53rd Street. So if you think about it, we are running about a 1:20, 1 minute 20 second pace, corner to corner, or maybe a 1 minute pace, corner to corner. We're gonna do something. We're actually gonna cross over. We'll end it on the other side of 2nd Avenue somewhere. We still got about 5 minutes of walking time to go. Maybe I'll go a little over. I don't know, maybe I might want to get to 59th Street. But I wanted to walk by this Lenwich. This was a big lunch spot for me and a few of the co-workers I used to work with years ago. And it's still here, and it still looks the same. Wow. I'll show you where I used to sit. We used to sit right in the front, right at the front table. We always used to get that table right at the front. I don't know if the seating is still there. We'll see. Yeah, looks like people are sitting there. I always used to get this seat right over here, right on the corner. This corner table. And they got a table over here. That place has been around a long time. When Lenny's first started, that was one of the first ones. They call it Lenwich these days. Got this really tall building on the corner. That's on the corner of 56th Street. So it's where the Avengers are. Nah. It's got that like curve, you know. That would be down on like Grand Central though. That's where in the movie that's where it takes place, but it looks like we're going to be able to end this walk on 59th Street. 59th Street and 2nd Avenue. I want to thank everybody that has stayed this long. We needed to get some of the tall buildings over there. We're about to hit 57th Street, by the way. 57th Street is like Millionaire Row. But I was saying, it's been a while since I did a long 1 hour plus walk, which is the norm. I mean, that's usually what I do. I do 1 hour walks, but we've been doing a lot of these short street walks in Lower Manhattan. Look at all this bike fleet right here. This is all the delivery bikes. Look at them all, like a parade. And we're gonna get stuck here. Now she's gonna run. She's gonna go for it. The light doesn't turn green right away, if you notice. That's what's really been keeping me. You see, there's a crossing guard there. He's telling people to go ahead of before the light changed. But that's what's been keeping me going on this walk, is the fact that a lot of the lights have not turned red. stuck here. I'm gonna let this guy go through. I don't have a choice. You know, everybody says I'm gonna let him go through. It's like a 1 ton. I don't think you want to get in front of 1 ton. All right, we're gonna end it on 59th Street. We got a couple more blocks, and we're gonna call it. I think what we could do eventually, we could do a 2nd Avenue from like in the hundreds and come back this way. You can see, I don't know if you guys could see it, you can see the Roosevelt Island tram going up the cable down there. You see it? There he goes. It's going to go out of view in a second, and bye-bye. There was a story recently that the residents of Roosevelt Island are really pissed off because everybody on that tram they're tourists, and they take up all the space, and people can't get on the tram to get home. They have to wait for like an empty car because all these tourists. So supposedly there's some talks where they may either have certain hours where the tourists could use it, or they may have a special tram that is only used by the tourists, whatever. But this is over by the 59th Street Bridge. We walked over that last summer, I think it was. Here we are. We're done. I'm calling it right here. 59th Street and 2nd Avenue, right over by the Roosevelt Island tramway station. I want to thank everybody for tagging along, and yeah, I'll catch you all on the next one, wherever that's going to be. So take care, and bye-bye.